for Mr. Hunter.
Jason Hunter, Ward 1. I want to talk about a long-standing issue that's been going on in this city that needs to be corrected. And I think I would cite today as example 1A of a problem that would be apparent to anyone in the private sector, but for some reason has not been addressed within the city. And that's the problem of our internal audit office reporting to our city manager. That would fail every risk compliance audit in the private sector with every company that I'd ever worked for. Okay. Now I haven't seen an audit this bad since I worked for the city, and I made complaints about our RPU executives violating the risk management policy, which they absolutely did. And then they actually they had the brass to then change the policy to bring it in compliance. And the council let them get away with it like 8 months later. It was wonderful. After I had fired this, after I, of course, had sued the city, and you guys gave me a nice fat settlement. I would have loved if they wouldn't have been indemnified. I would have sued you personally. I should have sued you personally, and I should have sued all those RPU executives personally as well if they weren't indemnified. If I do it if I ever get the chance again, that's the way I'm going to do it, and I won't settle. Okay, because obviously people aren't learning their lessons here. Okay, so that our internal audit report was terrible, was a whitewash. This one's terrible, and it's a whitewash. I gave you a second chance, okay? You failed. Now, here's what I say. Like I told you about the RPU executives at one point in time just several months ago. I give a vote of no confidence from the public in our internal audit department. No confidence. Either you fire the manager and find someone who has the integrity to put the public interest before their own, okay? Or you pass an ordinance establishing an internal audit office that is appointed by and reports directly to the council to get rid of this conflict, okay? Or I am telling you, this problem is going to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow until you can't cover it up anymore. I've had it, and the public's had it with this bullshit. Fix this problem.
Mr. Chairperson, if you would allow me to make a few comments. It appears that in the last few months, everyone's emotions are running high. While there may be some massive epidemic that is going on here, and I'm saying this tongue in cheek, I really do not appreciate when people literally and figuratively point fingers at staff and question their integrity. We can question the product, and in this case, clearly, staff misunderstood the direction from the committee. Questioning the product is fine, but I would not tolerate and will not tolerate when someone questions the integrity of the internal audit that follows very specifically established professional auditing standards, and they get reviewed by their peers nationwide. I also wanted to remind the speaker and the committee that we went through a very significant change to that division as a result of a peer audit a couple of years ago, and that change included dual reporting of the internal audit division to both the city manager as well as the city council. So that currently exists. They take direction from you on their audit plan, on their audits, and that's why they're before you today. So I just wanted to take time and point that out. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Marianna. Any other comments? Councilman Gardner?
Yes, this is actually something that I've talked about over the couple of years that I had worked for a former council member. And both in my military career and my business career in the private world, internal affairs divisions, internal audit divisions always reported to the board of directors, which this council is the board of directors of this corporation. A boss should never have an authority or any type of an influence over an internal separate division. So I would like to see us agendize a discussion item to look at creating an internal audit and internal affairs agency that does report to the council so that they can be protected and be able to speak their mind and not have any fear of retribution from someone above them. So I'd like to make the motion that we agendize that for a future topic.
Councilman Gardner, any comments? I know that we put that to a vote to the public a few years back and it didn't pass. And we did change some of our policies so that the auditor does report to the council here at the Governmental Affairs. So that's, any other comment
Well,
at that point before we move on to future
To
items?
Mr. Conder's recommendation, I have no problem in talking about it. I think we have done a significant step in that direction already, in that the internal auditor does report to the council, not exclusively, but in addition to. But I would echo Ms. Marysheva's comments about personal attacks on staff. They are out of place and they're not appreciated. Yes. Well, I will consider the source, so thank you.